Hey guys, it's Jeremy again, and I'm here to do another book review for you. And today we are reviewing Silence by Becca Fitzpatrick. This is the third book in her Hush Hush series. But if you guys have not read Hush Hush or Crescendo, I would not be watching this video because this will contain spoilers from the first two books. But I do want to tell you guys that this book is a lot different from the first two books. The story starts off. I'm catching up on myself, aren't I? I'm going to be reading the back of it for you. I mean, the back of it. I mean, the inside synopsis for you. And please enjoy. When silence is all that's left, can the truth finally be heard? Nora Grey can't remember the past 5 months of her life after the shock of waking up in a cemetery and being told that she has been missing 4 months. That she's been missing 4 weeks, with no memory of where she was or who she was with. She tries to get her life back on track, going to school, hanging out with her best friend Reed, and dodge her mom's creepy new boyfriend. But there is a voice in the back of her head, an idea that she can almost reach out and touch, and visions of angel wings and unearthly creatures that has nothing to do with the life she knows, and this unshakable feeling that a part of her is missing. Then Nora crosses paths with a stranger whom she feels mesmerizing connection to. He seems to hold all of the answers in her heart. Every minute she spends with him grows more and more intense, and she realizes that she could be falling in love again. I have one thing to say. Oh my gosh. This book was so good. I could not put this book down. Normally I read a book in about a week. I finished it a day early. I finished this book in 6 days. I finished on Friday, but I haven't been able to do a review until now. This book was so much better than the other two. Just the events that happened, the new characters, the laughs. I'm sorry, not really new characters, but old characters that are coming back. Jabarius comes back in this book. So does Scott Part something. He also comes back, and I really enjoyed his involvement in that. Because I really fell in love to really love Scott in Crescendo, and I wasn't sure if he was going to come back. But he did come back for Silence. He's in a good part of this book. I mean, he's not a really. What I noticed is Nora's best friend V is not in this book as much as she was in the first two books, which I was kind of disappointed because V is one of my favorite secondary characters of the book. She brings a lot of funny. One of my favorite lines in this book is she says, "You and the hoe friends." I really loved that part. That really made me laugh. I had to put my book down, and I was just laying down absolutely laughing because I thought that was so funny. V always makes that certain part of the chapter, or she always makes things so good and so interesting. And so now if you read Hush Hush and you read Crescendo, you will know a character named Rixon, or I believe that's how you say it, Rixson or Ton or something like that. Well, we learn that he was the one who killed Nora's father, and we know that Hank Miller is Nora's biological father. And this book, as you're reading this book later on in the book, you will really get to know what happened that night, where the cliffhanger for Crescendo left off. You really get to know exactly what happened that night, and why Nora's like that, and why she has no memory, and you'll really get to understand it. I want to say one thing, and I hate if you guys are watching this and have not read this, but I did say to try not to watch this because it will contain spoilers. Because I want you guys to know my thoughts and my feelings on what the book actually says to me. Nora does not really get her memory back, but she knows everything that she's missed. Patch has told her and shown her the things that she's missed, I think that where this series is going it's going to a wonderful place, and you can really understand where the characters are going and what's going through her head and how she is and everything. Because the book starts off with Nora waking up in the cemetery near her father's grave, or well, because since she has no memory, she thinks that that really was her father and he was murdered, and it's really weird because she doesn't know, why am I here? How did I get here? Where am I? Because she's kind of disoriented and she doesn't really understand what's going on, or she has no idea what's been going on, and she just wakes up, and then there's this man who sort of helps her, but Nora doesn't really believe he's helping her. He wants to hurt her or something, or she believes that, and so then she bumps into Detective Bosco, which is a character from the first two books, which he's also in this book, and I really enjoyed him back again, because he's just one of those minor characters that I've really grown to love. And so, he helps Nora go to the hospital and all these other things, and really help Nora. And so, Nora's just trying to get her life back on track, going to school, hanging out with her best friend V, going to classes, going to lunch. She's really just trying to. She bumps into Marcy a few times in this book, and Marcy, to me, I think Marcy Miller had a bigger impact and a bigger role in this book towards like the fallen angel and the Nephilim type stuff than she did in the first two books. She's one of those characters that I really did not like in Hush Hush. I did not like her in Hush Hush or Crescendo, and I'm starting to like Marcy a little bit more starting in this book. She is a little bit different. She's not as snobby to me, but she still has that kind of witch thing going on. She still thinks that she's. But in reality, Marcy and Nora are both sisters. But neither one of them. Well, Nora knows now, but Marcy does not. And so there's just this book, and she's just going through, and she's trying to get her life back on track. She's just really trying to understand everything. There's one thing I really did enjoy is Nora meets Jev, and he's just a character that comes into her life, and she's very drawn to him. She wants to see him all the time. She wants to talk to him, and in reality, that is actually Patch. And so, sooner or later, he tells Nora the truth and about who he is, and he actually does start going by Patch again later on in the book, but for quite a while he's known as Jev. And so I really enjoyed that storyline, and this book was really good. I could not put this book down. I finished this book in 6 days. The day after I did my review for Crescendo, I picked up this book and started reading, and 6 days later I finished it. It was a very good book. I really enjoyed the writing. Becca Fitzpatrick is wonderful, and I'm sorry if I've been saying her last name wrong. I know for the first two reviews I've been saying Fitzpatrick. I don't know why, it just kind of looked that way, but it's actually Fitzpatrick. So yes, but Becca Fitzpatrick's writing is wonderful. And so this is my review for Silence. I'm going to put the book down because it's heavy. But I want to tell you guys what book will be reading now, and it will be on Linger by Maggie Stiefvater. I'm about that far in, so I still have quite a bit of ways. And this is the second book in the Wolves of Mercy Falls series by Becca. I'm so sorry, I've been thinking about Becca Fitzpatrick too much. But this is Linger by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the second book in the Wolves of Mercy Falls. So I'm really excited to get into that book. But if you guys enjoyed my review for Silence, please comment, rate, and subscribe to my channel. I will be doing some new and different stuff as soon as I can. I'm kind of busy with my life and going to and doing this things and doing that, but I've never stopped reading, and I never will. I love to read. If you guys know any new good book series about fallen angels or angels in plural that are YA novels, that are in first person, because I can only read first person books because they just bother me so bad if I don't. I just can't get into them. There is going to be a fourth book. It is called Finale, and it will be out in October of this year, so I'm really looking forward to that. And If you guys enjoy, please keep watching my videos, and I will see you guys in the next video. Alright?